Hello, Magic players. It's Corn. You know, if you had a son and a daughter and you named the son Hal, and you named the daughter Julia, then you could say Hal and Julia. Kind of sounds like hallelujah. Sometimes I say that, Hal and Julia. I'm drafting New Capenna. I'm doing the quick draft because I'm poor. Well, at least in terms of MTG stuff. I don't have enough gems for the premier draft. I hope one day I'll be rich in MTG. See, I don't spend money on the game, but if I spent more money on the game, I could probably have more gems, but I ain't about that life. I'm free to play, as it were. Alright, I'm gonna purchase it. So we're doing quick draft, gonna draft the new set, as it were. Spara's headquarters. Even if I am going, Bant, what's it called? The brokers. Even if I am going Bant brokers, I still think I pick exotic pets over, for each kind of counter. So if you have a shield and a +1, one of them gets a shield and a +1. I feel like murder is kind of better. Although they are unblockable, killing stuff is good. Like, murder is such a solid card. I guess I'll get exotic pets. I don't know. Mage's Attendant is also pretty good. I've seen that do a lot of work. And it doesn't stick me in any color combination or any specific color at all. Should have grabbed the murder. 5 more values. 4-drop 3/3 flying is already pretty much good enough. That's pretty good. It's a bolt. It may not be a good bolt, but it's a bolt. I like Infiltrator. I like Adjudicators and Infiltrator. Hold for Ransom's pretty good. Calling a Professional's pretty good. Adjudicator is really solid. What creature type is this? It's a rogue and a wizard. He's a wizard. That probably doesn't matter. Question is, am I going to actually get enough blue-black self-mill? This is the second pick, so who knows, you know? All bets are off. Guess I'll take him. Just in case. Just in case I run into some, Spends mana only to cast instant and or sorcery spells. When it dies, return an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Alright. Yeah, I mean, if I had gotten the murder, I'd be pretty set up for going into Grixis right now. Or whatever it's called. Maestros. I don't know if Corrupt Court Official... I've seen Ceremonial Groundbreaker do a lot of work in, like, green-white before, and I haven't seen this do a lot of work. I don't think. Like, yeah, a 4-drop, 2/4 haste. It gives you mana acceleration for spells, at least, but just for spells. I think I'm going to grab Groundbreaker. Although Corrupt Court Official is also pretty good. Kind of all over the place right now. I should have grabbed the Spara's Adjudicators. Or the Murder. One or the other. What's the best here? Light 'em Up is pretty good. Obscura Initiate's pretty good. Broken Wings is meh. Paragon's good in most decks. I'm not too crazy about Fencer, but Fencer might actually be a good idea. If I am going Spara's colors, then Initiate is really good. Really depends what I end up seeing. I think Parcel is the choice here, because I don't know what I'm doing. Stimulus Package is pretty good. Exhibition Magician's pretty good. Skybridge Towers is pretty good, but Parcel kind of outweighs all of those. Especially as an early game card. Slip Out the Back is kind of nice, but I kind of think... I like Botanical Plaza better, actually. Or Speakeasy Server. It's a strong flyer. I'm going to tentatively cut him. I really do like Shattered Seraph, even as off-color. Splashing black for that is pretty good because it can pay for itself. I'm already pretty well potentially in blue-white. This just seems bad to me. Capenna Express. It's cool. This card deserves flavor text, because it's a train. I'll get the Shattered Seraph simply because I don't really... Like, I'm not stuck in green. This could still go, Esper. Whatever the name of Esper is again. Maestros Initiate's pretty good. Buy Your Silence is good. Graveyard Shift with Seraph is really good. Botanical Plaza, Quick Draw Dagger. I have options. Some serious options. Buy Your Silence is pretty good, but it's also pretty expensive. I think I'll go with Quick Draw. Public Enemy. Island, Swamp, or Mountain. Oh, Kill Shot. Why am I even acting like I'm gonna think about it? Removal is removal is removal. Probably Maestros Initiate. Tentatively cut that. It's not a citizen. That is, but that doesn't matter. Chrome Cat or Scarab. Scarab. Because I don't have any 2-drops. Patch Up can get any one thing back, but that doesn't seem very good. Drop 1 Scarab. Facebreaker. Is it actually worth changing my colors for just this? Everyone market treasure, sacrifice it, exile the top. Oh, that is value. That is a lot of value. And if I'm also slurping noodles, I apologize if you don't like the sound of it. I guess I'm least in blue. I could theoretically cut blue. Let's just, we'll keep everything in for now just so that I see what's going on. Whack is good. Whack is really good. I don't see anything really good in red. Involuntary Employment's actually okay, but I don't know. Grizzly Sigil, also good black card. I'd probably take Whack over that, though. Where am I at with colors? I am literally all over the place. Not seeing enough red to support Facebreaker right now, so that was probably a bad choice. Think we're in Esper, which makes exotic pets. It doesn't necessarily make exotic pets the right pick. Inspired Overseer is pretty solid. I don't really have anything with counters. Pretty heavy in 3-drops. Not too heavy if I count the, I'll get exotic pets. Although, 1, 2, Barely any blue cards. So this leaves my options open better. Oy vey, there's Civil Servant. If I'd gone the green-white route with Darling of the Masses, Civil Servant, and the Shovel, but I haven't seen a lot of other good support for it. Case the Joint is decent. Corrupt Court Official. Corrupt Court Official is actually really good. Snoopy Newsy, I think. Rogues Gallery, maybe. Be nice if I could get both. Or Windshield Agent is decent, but... yeah, we'll get the Newsy. I really don't see Rogues Gallery wheeling, though. That's kind of scary. Crooked Custodian or Rafine's Informant. Slightly more in black right now. Could probably just cut blue at this point. I don't have to, though. Rafine's Informant's kind of marginally better than Crooked Custodian, because it gives me that card choice. I have one Court Official, so another Rafine's Informant seems good. Good for being aggro. Oh, well, yeah, let's not cut blue. Let's just keep blue in there. Quaza's arguably better than the Facebreaker, honestly. Another kill shot? Let's start cutting stuff. May end up cutting the dagger. We'll see. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. That doesn't seem that good. Kill shot's good. Parcel's good. Parcel is arguably better than kill shot. But I like kill shot. Parcel can be mana fixing or very expensive removal. We're very creature heavy. Pretty 3-drop heavy. Maybe Parcel is better. Get Parcel for the curve. For the curve. How many things with counters? 1, 2. Just 2. 2 cards with counters. Although a 2-drop 3/3 is just... even as a defender, it's not the worst. Whatever happened to land walking? Whatever happened to basic land walk? I'll get the make disappear. Slip out the back can defend a few things. Security bypass is a trap. Midnight Assassin's good, though. Death Touch makes it a pseudo removal. That's more counters for the... did I not pick an exotic pex? Oh yeah, I got the Overseer instead. So Snoop probably not as good as Case the Joint. Wowee. Alright, Refused Yield. Stockpile, which I can cut. Looks like it's Metropolis Angel. Don't really have a whole lot of counters to support that, but that's okay. Just a 4-drop 3/1 flying is pretty solid. I probably have more counters than I think anyway. I'm gonna grab Murder. Broker's Veteran's pretty good too. Have a pretty aggressive curve for being Esper. Decent amount of flyers, decent amount of just pretty tough 3-drops, and pretty tough 2-drops. Make room for murder, and one more card. Cutthroat Contender, maybe? Dreadmangler's good, but I don't know. If we're hitting that late in the game, things probably aren't going according to my plan. Or are they? I feel like Rafine Silencer might be the right choice. Is it Rafine Silencer, Cutthroat Contender, Dusk Mangler? Sheesh. Alright, how many cards with counters? 1, 2. Just 2? Am I missing something? Anything that says, what's it called? Yeah, just 2 right now. I think I'll grab the Silencer then. Dig Up the Body or Paragon. Seen Paragon do a lot of work before. Dig Up the Body is also pretty solid. Paragon also works with the counters. Obscura Charm. I didn't even look at the rest of that pack, but oh well. Now I can prioritize lands, because I have enough playable cards. Another parcel? Another kill shot? Oh man. I don't think I'm gonna run 3 parcels. I don't think the marginal deck thinning is worth it. Should probably drop some 3-drops. Can drop the Quick Draw Dagger, maybe. Maestro's Initiate is actually pretty decent. First few times I saw it, I was like, it's not great, but it is kind of a 2-for-1. Gotta take the kill shot. Or Bruiser. So I am kind of going for a counter theme. Kind of. Only 4 cards with counters. That's not great. It is also just an early game defender. Versus having another kill shot, which I have kill shot, murder, whack, and Obscura Charm. That's already 4 removal spells. I don't really think I need another one. I could want another one. I'll get Bruiser. Probably not run it. Fake Your Own Death is good. Dusk Mangler is also good, but... Dapper Shieldmate. Probably won't run. Broker's Veteran is good. Cutthroat Contender Wield. Alright, here we go. Now it's time to deck build. First things first, did Sticky Fingers disappear? Did Sticky Fingers disappear? Wasn't that my last pick? Is the server gonna glitch out? Are there any other cards missing? Swear I saw Sticky Fingers there at the end. Tell me I'm not going crazy. My last pick is missing from the deck. Alright, well, whatever. Let's see what I can cut. Rogues Gallery seems really good here. My color split, mostly black, white. Probably cut that. It's weird that he's a citizen. I guess all the initiates are citizens. They haven't earned another creature type yet. I like this deck as is, even a few cards over. I want to try playing, and if Sticky Fingers shows up, best believe I'm sending this recording to Wizards and being like, hey, your stuff glitched out. I top deck Sticky Fingers in this game. I guess I could have sat there and counted the cards. And been like, hey, wait a minute, something's not right. Submissive Trout versus Dominant Corn. Technically I shouldn't keep this, but I want to. Because almost anything I draw is good. If I draw an island, that's good. If I draw any of my cheap spells, it's good. Oh, man. I'm probably not supposed to keep this, am I? This is even worse. Oh, no. Well, I guess. Drop the black cards. That was awful. I should have kept the first hand. And just hoped to top deck a island. In what world is this enough? In the world where I top deck Swamp and then no more lands for the rest of the game. Magician already shuts down the Attendant. I don't feel like trading here. The longer this is stalled out, the better it is. Because then I have a chance to draw Swamp. Jewel Thief seems legit. Alright. We lose, basically. I think I'll trade here. Kill shot that before he gets the... Doesn't this scry? Yeah. Kill that before he gets the scry. Parcel. I can't counter that. Is he gonna crack the treasure to get a land? Seems like an odd choice to me. There it is. There it is. Say hello to my little friend. I hope he just tries to throw a 5-drop like Ready to Rumble at Quasar and forgets about my little wizard token. I like Mage's Attendant. Was that actually my first pick? I don't remember. Ooh, can't. Actually, I quite can do something about that. Since there's a white creature, 1, 2, 3, 4. I do want to kill that before it gets to do anything. Plus, then I get to swing with Quasar. Do I want to auto-pay? This doesn't cost blue specifically, so yeah, that's fine. Oh, I can swing with Quasar with no danger of retribution. Pugilist was just too powerful to let it get going. Well, now I'm not an idiot. I'm not going to swing into that, yeah? I'm just going to hang on to my flyer. Start hitting you for 3, effectively 4 a turn. Okay. If he crews up and swings, I just take it and swing back. Pretty sure I win that race. Unless he's planning on using kill shot on Quasar. In which case I just swing with these. I don't think I have any double white, so I can afford to do this. Do I even play around kill shot? I think I actually do. Because risking Quasar just ain't worth it. Like, I could have swung with Quasar, sure. Wrecking Crew is decent. Stops me from going over his head with flying, which is good for him. Not so good for me. But if he crews with Wrecking Crew... Okay, nope. No such luck. No blocks. Don't care, I'm gaining enough life. Is Raffine's Silencer better, or is Speakeasy Server better? I think the server is better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get him down to 2 if I swing out. That's not worth it. Should play this for some life gain. This would have drained 1 from Quasar. Alright, I'm done munching. Bro's gonna swing? Don't do it. Oh, you're so stupid. You gotta swing out? Sheesh. That's only 10. I'll block there. Yeah. Unless he has a board wipe, I don't see what he does here. If he tries to play Farewell, I just counter it. I think that kills him. Pretty sure that kills him. I still have all my colors. I think I just swing out, because what does he do? Even if he does kill that ... he still goes down to 2. Do I still hold back Quasar? That seems crazy at this point. I think I do it. I swing out. He had the kill shot. Oof. Kinda saw that coming. But he still goes down to 2. Yeah, that might have been a misplay. Should have held back Quasar. No reason to hurry. Can't counter that. Get a treasure, I guess. Probably block with Silencer, use it to kill the Magician. Although if he's like real smart and taps out swinging out, I can just not block. Okay, he cracks the treasure. Sure. Sure. Can block that. And use the -1 to kill the magician. Alright, so Angel and Assassin. No reason to make that trade. I should have just held on to Quasar, but got greedy. If I lose this game, it is nothing but my own fault. Now it looks like he has a fight spell. Which is pretty rough. If I had held back Quasar, I probably would have won by now. Hold for ransom on the Death Touch. Rakish Revelers. All he has to do really is hold back the Wrecking Crew, and then he can win. Kinda have to eat that, don't I? At least for now. Seven. That's rough. What do I draw here? Removal does it. That doesn't. This puts me in something of a position here. I swing out, he blocks there and goes to 1, but 1 is still alive. Hold for ransom also make them draw a card. Controller sacrifices it and draw a card. Okay. So he draws. He doesn't make a treasure. Not sure how effectively he can swing right now. Very effectively. Oh, wow. I think I'm dead no matter what I do. I lost that game to myself, to my own greed, swinging with Quasar. He'd have to be legitimately stupid to lose at this point. Yeah, dude, just swing out. I was stupid and threw the game, so you should... Okay, there we go. There was still a chance that he's as dumb as I am, but nope, no such luck. Should have held back the Quasar. Play around kill shot. Gotta play around kill shot every time. I don't think anything was necessarily wrong with the deck, but I did have to mull twice. Considering I mulled twice, I actually came pretty close. Sheesh, Metropolis Angel was not good. Fiend Silencer was not great. But everything was pretty okay. We're still gonna try it like this. If I lose one more, we're gonna have to really edit, but... I guess I could drop Metropolis Angel. That feels bad, though. Actually, wait a minute. Oh, too late now. I was gonna say, some of those, like, 2-drop 3/3 Defender guys might have been okay there. Just as 2-drop 3/3 Defenders. I guess. I have a 1-drop and a 2-drop. A 1-drop, a 2-drop, a 3-drop, 2 4-drops, and 2 lands. So, theoretically, if I just draw planes and then any other land, this gets really good. Assuming he doesn't just remove Quasar. No reason to play around gut shot. Well, I can't believe that actually happened. We're gonna curve out perfectly, actually. Opponent might not do anything. Thinking, nice. Your go. Quasar. He's done. Okay, well... Not sure how good I should feel about that one, because that is not how things normally go in Limited. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop. Appropriately powerful cards. Maybe inappropriately powerful cards. That was fun. I had fun with that. I mean, I had fun with the game that I lost, too. I just wish I didn't make a crappy misplay. That's okay, though. It happens to the best of us. I've seen top 8 Mythic players make misplays. Silly little misplays that lose games. It's just the nature of the game. I'll keep this. I don't even really need an island. This can be a dead card, and this hand is still okay. Yeah. So if I don't hit an island, do I pitch the Initiate? That's the question. Ooh, Parcel is decent. Shattered Seraph is okay. Paragon. I think I might pitch the Paragon. Turn 3, Seraph, Parcel. Doesn't seem that great. Is Seraph too far off? I think Seraph might be too far off that I'm gonna pitch it. That way I can aggro. Maybe that's a terrible misplay. Maybe that's a terrible, terrible misplay. I think I just swing, refuse to yield. Let's play Parcel. Maybe I don't swing, actually. Let's just wait here. He's not in white, though, so... I'm definitely cracking Parcel for an island. No blocks. If you swing. Nothing. Shuffle noises. Shuffling noises. I think Paragon's probably better. Not sure whether we want this game to go fast or slow. Oh, that's a decent enough reason not to swing with Rafine's Informant. The problem with Psionic Snoop is that you kind of have to discard a non-land, otherwise you have a big dumb 0-3. That's not even big dumb, you have a little dumb 0-3. Doesn't even mill your opponent when you play lands. Can't even properly be called a crab. Death Polka is a kind of a funny name. Okay. What you got now? Something worth whacking, maybe? Something worth refusing to yield over. Okay. Depending on what I draw, I might just throw a counter on Paragon and swing. If I draw a land, I can throw a counter on Paragon. Well, I can swing, possibly refuse to yield, and then put a counter on Paragon. If I don't draw an untapped land, yeah, I'm gonna take that. No blocks. No blocks, no problems. 2 damage, whatever. Alright, Corrupt Court Official is not the best. Although it does trade nicely with either of his 1 toughness things. I'm gonna just swing with Paragon, play this. Play this first. Let you pick one of your 3 cards to get rid of. An island, sure. Sure. So, what am I thinking? The ground game gets gummed up, that's okay with me. As long as I have the skies, I think this is slowly gonna turn in my favor. Yeah. He can use that to make a treasure to try to play a 5-drop, but I don't really care if he does that. Sure. Could also just not swing this turn, play Initiate, hold up the ability to put a counter on him. Don't really care about what little damage he can do. That is not correct. Can you not? I don't know why it would tap that way. I think I still swing, though. And don't even bother with holding up Refuse to Yield. Like, I don't think there's any way he can... Yeah. I really hope the autopay did +1 counters. Murder. Okay. I'm kind of glad I did that. Because if he wasn't going to murder it either way, then that was definitely the right play. That said, Obscura's lifelink is pretty good now. Security bypass. Alright. That's got a big fat target on it now. Probably want to kill that during my turn before he can get a counterspell online. Oh, well, this is a sorcery, so I guess that's my option anyway. Whack. You'd have to have them make disappear with the, I don't think I need to play around anything right now. I think I can just... lifelink. Does he have another murder? No. Okay. That's good. That's swinging things a little bit in my favor. That, like, Dreg Bruiser, or whatever the name of it is, that would be kind of a problem now. Does 4 damage? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can throw down Parcel and crack it. I'm not sure that's actually the right play, though. I like the idea of lifelinking and just winning that way. So we'll play out Parcel. Tainted Indulgence, sure. Draw 2, discard 1. I don't want to play that, just in case. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's fine. I do play this, actually. That way, if I need to, I can refuse to yield, and, well, I'm really heavy in planes, though. Maybe that was a wrong play. Hardcast Girder Goons. Okay. I think that's what I kill, but, like, on his upkeep, maybe? Rogue's Gallery. Wow, okay, that's pretty good. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give you the lifelink. Probably even just use the refuse to yield thing with the Obscura. See how this goes. If he has a murder, then this was a misplay, but oh well. I can't just play around him constantly having some kind of super good removal spell. Okay. Even if he had, Rogue's Gallery would do some work. What? Turn up to one target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. I wonder what he bounces here. Like, the Obscura Initiate, surely. That makes sense. I could just blow up the Snoop and then swing. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did not mean to do that. The clicking stuck to it. Oh well. Guess I don't swing with Rafine's Informant. Pass. Hold up Parcel. I would be happy to trade Informant for the Pickpocket, actually. Parcel is a removal spell right now. Deal gone bad. Sure. Sure. He is... Ooh, that guy is welcome. That's a sight. If he swings with the Pickpocket, okay. I can blow that up. Technically, he's looking at like, oh, you have an empty board. Haha, I have won. But little does he know I'm about to get back Infiltrator, Seraph. Infiltrator, Seraph, and Rafine's Informant. What could his one card be? It can't be that dangerous, right? Target up to one white creature. That'll be Rafine's Informant. Up to one blue creature, that'll be Syndicate Infiltrator. Up to one black creature, that'll be Shattered Seraph. Up to one red, nothing. Up to one green, nothing. That's so insane. Probably should have just held back the Informant. But honestly, a 5/5 flyer is probably good enough. No blocks. Legit, no blocks. I can take it. I'm about to gain more life anyway. And smack you for 8. I mean, he has to know who's winning this race. Cool. Not cool. Took away my Quasar and my murder. No way I have enough mana to pop the land as well. But I do have lethal next turn. Yep, he's popping his land. That means he is desperate. Very desperate. No blocks, just in case he has the buff spell. Alright, that was it. Alright, Death Polka. Do the Death Polka. I really like to make it to Mythic rank one of these days. That'd be cool. That's the lofty area that my ego lives in. It's being one of the top some amount number of Magic players. Even if I was like rank 5,000 or something, I'd still feel pretty, no, I don't know that I'd exactly feel proud about it, but I think it would be neat. The way his heel of his shoe and the hem of his pants looks is really weird. It is far too angular. It reminds me of like old style keys. This Tybalt looking MF. What is with these little like 3 pointy things? I don't know what that style is called. I will keep this, actually. So if I draw even a single land, this becomes kind of absurdly good. Probably discard the Midnight Assassin. Yeah. Robot Owl makes Robot Owl noises. Sheesh. Alright, I don't want to discard the Infiltrator, but I think that's the right choice here. Or his Broker's Veteran. I'll discard the Broker's Veteran. It kind of hurts, but whatever. Should play the best white cards. See, that's why discarding the Infiltrator would have been a better choice. Oh, no way. No way. Did you really? Did you really? What a meme. Look at this meme dude over here. Playing such a... I wouldn't even pick that in Obscura. But look, he's a higher rank than me, so... maybe he knows what he's doing. Sleep with the fishes. It would be kind of funny to, like, untap it. No way. Like, I'm ahead. I can theoretically win this, but... unless I draw a swamp, this is going the wrong direction. This is definitely going the wrong direction. I would have liked to have that Broker's Veteran instead of another dead black card. And yeah, technically, like, I'm ahead and I have him dead in 6 turns, but I just don't see that happening so easily. For some reason, against the Esper player with 6 mana. Security bypass on something that's already unblockable. I don't think I want him conniving. Now, do I? I don't think I want him conniving. I think I'm hoping that he... I'm hoping that he has... sheesh. I'm hoping that he's just flooded to an absurd amount and needed those connive triggers to get out of it. Oh no! Oh no! That's bad. That's bad. My turn, sure. Does he happily make the trade? And if I try to do that, he just pops the parcel anyway? That sucks. That really sucks. If I can draw a swamp, I can turn this thing around. Just one black mana source. Ah, there it is. It got there. All right. So what am I doing? Rogue's Gallery for those three, I think. And then just play one of them. I think that's right. To one white creature, one blue creature, one black creature, one red, one green. Yes. We're back in the game. We are back in this game. Yeah, Overseer. Maybe Broker's Veteran was the better choice, but whatever. Even if he does kill it with the parcel, which if I'm him, I do. Nope, he cracks that. Okay. This card is such a... I hate that. This, where it sticks like that, I don't like. Spirits you control. That's another black source, so... Can swing and refuse to yield. Sure. So we'll go with the Infiltrator, I think. Or to go with him, Veteran, hold up, refuse to yield. Yeah. So we'll go with him, the Veteran, and then hold up, fake your own death, and or refuse to yield. I just noticed his name is Dances When Drunk, which is funny. That's a humorous name. It's back. Already back. And now I have all the black mana I could need. I managed to struggle through for all that time. That's fine, actually. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna block that. I'm just not. Okay, Mage's Attendant. I still have Refuse to Yield. And then a 3-drop. Or even him if I use the treasure. I think I'd rather play Infiltrator than, or even Midnight Assassin, than use the pay to pump. Sure. We'll play the Assassin. Play it a little bit safe. Make disappear. My assassin anyways. Crack your land. You don't have enough white mana to contend with me, boy. Alright, do I risk that trade? I don't think I do. Let me think. If I were to do this, I still have 4 and 2. So I think I can easily afford to do that. But otherwise, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I do... I only have 2 black sources, though. So I can only play 2 of these anyways. Infiltrator and Contender. And now I can essentially just swing out next turn. Unless he has a really solid 3-drop. Like, I wouldn't even know what. Does he swing to connive, or... That literally just became the target of a spell he controlled and didn't... Oh, it connives. It doesn't actually... What on earth... Like, it'd have to be a super solid 3-drop. Oh, he gets to dig twice because of double strike. That's pretty good. But did he get a super solid 3-drop? There's no Settle the Wreckage, and he doesn't have the white mana for it anyway. So I think that's GG. Yeah, I can hit him for 13. Even if he produces 2 blockers, I think it's still lethal. No, if he produced 1 flying blocker and 1 ground blocker, he could live for 1 more turn. So if he had a 3-drop creature, that would do it. At least for 1 more turn. It's very peaceful music while Dances When Drunk is over there agonizing over decisions. Oh, wow. He got a 3-drop, and he didn't just get any 3-drop. He got the perfect 3-drop. And then he plays a 4-drop creature. Oh, man. That's actually absurd. Like, I still think I'm winning this, but that is the best he could have possibly done. If he manages to get Ascendancy online, I'm in dire straits. Yeah. That's not a removal spell. Guess I'll play it anyway, just to gain 1,000,000 life. I think I still swing out. That way he at least has to lose 2 of his creatures. Alright, it's still lethal at that point. Not at that point, though. Fiend Silencer. Did I already have a land engrave? No. It's possible I could have got the Syndicate Infiltrator there. I was like, I think that's lethal. With Whack, it definitely is. Very cool. Very cool. That was a fun game. Lots of back and forth. When he played Dig Up the Body, I really thought he might be able to pull it out of the hat. With his silly little wizard guild. What? What was that? Oh, it was a Mastery Orb. It just didn't actually render. That was weird. I think I must have finished my quests, or whatever they're called. Weekly quests. Nope, can't keep that. Technically it has a playable card, but I think dropping a land is the right choice because I need to draw a plains and a swamp for this to be good. Like, having that third blue mana wasn't gonna do anything. This is kind of bad as turn 2. Sure. I don't think I want to murder that, but it's not the worst. Him having an 0-4 just means contender doesn't actually get in. Extraction specialist without any targets. Seems a little weird. Especially when it just trades with the contender. Seems like an odd choice. That's all I'm saying. I'll discard Informant because Killshot is better, and I can eventually get it back with the Rogue's Gallery. I'd rather trade Cutthroat for the Extraction Specialist. Oh well. Now that is a big old target. Hello, Mr. Target. Probably rather Killshot it. Probably rather Killshot it than murder it. Although, honestly, murder might be good enough. He pitched a knockout blow for a land? What does he have in his hand? Can't really afford to play around shield counters. I gotta do this now since he has blue mana. Kill that. Get it out of here. It's ugly. It's gaining him life. I can't block it. It's getting bigger. It terrifies me. And I still have a removal spell and a pseudo removal spell. That's pretty good. That thing's gonna get kill shot. Yep. I can't really do anything. Can't do anything but kill shot that. Could trade out everything for everything. Do I have a blue creature? No. Still might be worth it. If he doesn't swing, I can't kill it. Yeah, sure. See what ability he gives it. First strike. Kill it. Not gonna think too hard about it. He may have even scarier creatures, but I doubt it. See, that's not as scary. Silencer can deal with that. Midnight Assassin can deal with that. The first strikey, lifelinky thing, that I can't deal with. That I cannot abide. Midnight Assassin, no attacks. Adjudicators would trade with... Ooh, that's pretty good. Must be blocked, but... The thing is, I just block it with Cutthroat Contender. It's one of the few cards where blitzing it costs more. We'll do this, just cause. I don't really see myself discarding it or whatever. Can't really attack. Don't really want to play Rogue's Gallery yet. I guess I could have swung with Midnight Assassin. Draw 2. That's pretty good. When you draw your first card during each of your draw steps, draw a card. That seems nuts. That actually seems nuts. Does that actually say, like, draw 2 cards every turn? Yeah. The hideaway doesn't even matter. I need to push the tempo now. Even if he does hit me for 5, that's not that big a deal if I play the Seraph and push through. Drawing 2 cards a turn is kind of insane. No blocks. Like, maybe swinging for 1 just then was stupid. Oh well. Won't do that again. Hold back the Midnight Assassin. Definitely hold back the Midnight Assassin. I mean, Raffine's Silencer is decent. Can use it to get back 2. Yeah. Sheesh, draw 2 cards a turn is, like, kinda nuts. Kinda nuts right now. Kinda don't want to trade the Raffine Silencer for the Shieldmate. But that said, I do think that's the right choice. That's a lot of mana to spend to still lose the creature. Yeah. So we're not, doesn't have the mana to do that now. And it does target a white creature, so... Paragon's probably better. Especially if I can just give it 2+1 counters a turn. Kill shot, knockout blow. This wouldn't have mattered anyway. But he is drawing 2 cards a turn, which means I'm darn near dead. Oh shoot, he has a lot more mana than I do. Although right now he can just pump twice. Next turn he'll be able to pump twice. Ooh! That is actually exactly what I needed. That's kinda nuts. Dope. Start hitting back, although at this point I think I'm trying to have him draw himself out. Yeah, thin your deck a little bit more. I think the goal is to have him draw his whole deck and still not win. I think that's my goal right now. Expendable Lackey. Could just play Seraph. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And not swing. Goal is to have him draw himself out. He has 5 turns to kill me. For that, he needs some kind of bomb. Don't think that quite qualifies. Especially not like that. Lackey, I don't care about getting through. What does he have? Majestic Metamorphosis? Refuse to yield? I'm not swinging. Dude, do you know that you're drawing yourself to death right now? Like... play Quasar. And Mage's Attendant, why not? So what's he gonna do, like, board wipe? Even if he does, kinda doesn't matter at this point. He has one more turn after this one. I don't know if he knows that he's killing himself. All these cheap creatures. Like, if you're running wiretapping, you should probably have a couple bombs. Your life total doesn't matter at all right now. If you don't have the mana to make the fish, then that's just stupid. Planes. Yep. You got 0 cards in your deck. GG. GG. And he even plays a card that kills him during his turn. That's funny. At least he was a good sport about it, I guess. I mean, this seems really powerful if you get it early on. And I thought he was going to be able to win because of that, but in Limited, that's actually not great. Like, the earliest you can play it is turn 5, so you're going to have less than 30 cards by the time you get it into play. Which means at most, pretty much, you're going to have, like, 15 turns to win at that point. Which I know, that sounds like a really long time, but in Limited, games can actually run pretty long. Well, despite that first game, mull twice and then just lose horribly to a misplay, I'm doing pretty good. Actually, could have won the first game if I hadn't made a misplay. Yeah, okay. Not gonna argue with this. Top decks are live. Start with Plains. That way I can't accidentally not play Rafine's Informant. Look at that monocle. Look at that special reading monocle. That reminds me of in the anime Overlord, where they have the glasses and the monocle that let you read things from any language. Sucks to suck. Alright, bye-bye Plains, I guess. I can't afford to get rid of an on-land at that rate. Feel like trading? No. Have a Midnight Assassin. Parcel is probably going to be a removal spell right now. The Regulators, swinging pendulum. Move quick, so you think I made a mistake. You still probably gonna think I made a mistake. I could whack and refuse to yield here, which seems kind of absurd. What? Turned on Storage Sense. Please go away. You're in the way of my game. No. Turn it off. Resolve that. Why do computers have to just pop up over whatever I'm doing? Honestly, whack, refuse to yield is... Oh, that's a sorcery. Never mind. Well, there goes that idea. I'm not sure what would have made targeting the Informant better. Nice. Whack gets around the shield counter. Oh, Angry Tezzy. Angry Tezzeret. Alright, I just pop the parcel at this point. I don't think I whack a Skycrier, because I don't really care about it. Adjudicators, that's pretty good. That is a target. As a whack target. Sure. Seems legit. Keeps doing that. Thanks. I don't have any fancy, yeah, like that. I don't have that stuff. My turn. Fake Your Own Death on Inspiring Overseer is actually really good. I don't think I want to whack that. Fake Your Own Death on Overseer seems really, really good. Because, actually lets me draw another card. Synergy, my friends. The day of the word is synergy. Every day is a day of the word. Everything has flying. There. Everything has... Have I played... I played one creature without flying. I've mostly played creatures with flying. Do I just punch that with the parcel? I think I do. I don't think I wait. I'm just gonna punch it. Punch it. I don't even... I guess I'll play the planes. I'll play the veteran. Nice. Unless he has removal. If he has a board wipe, he can turn this thing around. Wait, why am I thinking Farewell is in this format? Oh, that is a whack target, if ever there was one. Swing with the lackey. Go ahead. Don't worry, it's safe. You're safe. Oh, guess not. Alright. Start with the court official. Get rid of whatever that is. Oh, he's done. He done had it. Couldn't handle it. Dude was in gold tier. I guess it just tries to find, like, whoever's in the matchmaker who's closest to your tier, so it's not gonna pair me with someone in, like, bronze, but it could go down a tier or up a tier. Tier? League? I think it's called tiers, right? Something something entourage is the name of that card, whose art is showing up. Nope. Nope. Make Disappear is like, it's a good card, but I'd rather make that hand disappear. This I can keep. This I can keep. Mage's Attendant's pretty decent. We'll get rid of that. So play this, crack for planes, and then I have 3 good 3-drops. We're just gonna do this now. I could have just held up the 2 mana, make him think I have Make disappear, but I don't care to. Give me that Plains. Probably play Overseer first to try to draw into something else. By something else, I mean more land. Then maybe Mage's Attendant. Ooh, well, that's kind of nuts, actually. If he can play any creatures... Yeah, literally any creatures make that insane. Scary. Very scary. Making a 1/1 every turn is good. Drawing a card every turn is really good. Sure. Do I swing and refuse to yield? I think I do. Sure, it eats up my turn, and it's not as mana efficient, but I don't feel too bad about it. So otherwise, he would have been swinging in, untapping it, making a 1/1, blah, blah, blah. I think I'd probably play Infiltrator next turn, or Mage's Attendant, in case he has another really powerful non-creature spell. Well, he already has played 1 card that could steal the whole game. Fiend's Informant is good. That makes Mage's Attendant look like a better play. Does make Mage's Attendant look like a better play. If he does get to play Adjudicators, he can shut off the Attendant and get in for 3. Yeah. Shuts off the Attendant, gets in for 3. Play this and get in for 2, I think. Does he have removal? Is it less than 5 mana? He did just cut himself off of green. I can't counter that. Turn up to 1 target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Seems legit. What does he bounce? Infiltrator for mana efficiency? Sure. I think that's right. Might not be. There's no way I actually need to do this, but here we go. Parcel, huh? Play Pop Parcel, play... Actually, play and Pop Parcel just as damage is decent. Infiltrator doesn't actually do a whole lot here. I could also just hold back the Overseer. Play Parcel. There's already a 1-drop. 1, 2, and 3. So I need a 4-drop in the graveyard. No attacks. I don't have anything with counters to, I will trade both here. I think. Think that's the right play. Which is very dangerous, but... If I manage to trade both and all he gets is a 1/1, now I can play a 5/5 and kind of shut him down. Excuse me, a 3/3. He won't be a 5/5, huh? Still 1 off. rather rely on top decking a land. I don't want that on top. I'd rather that be on bottom, actually. No blocks. Sucks to suck. Now he gets to make a free 1/1. Sure. Syndicate Infiltrator and Obscura Initiate. And then my hand is just spent. All I have left is the Seraph or popping the Parcel. I mean, if he does use the Scarab instead, then he's kind of dumb. Okay, yeah. He's not that dumb. He knows how to play Magic the Gathering. I don't think I block with the Obscura. So he can afford to... I'll block the 1/1 with it, but... Well, that seems good. I'm sure he wants to keep swinging. I was gonna say, I will block there. That... Oh, you clever, clever boy. Alright. I guess there goes my Obscura Initiate. Yeah. Can make another 1/1. Not sure how big a difference that actually makes. All things considered, don't swing out. I do swing with him, though. No way I should have played that land. Oh well. Removal for him looks really, really good right now. I have to wonder what he's thinking, what his play is. Infiltrator actually gets better than Seraph after Seraph and like one other mana cost thing dies, but right now Seraph is better. Frog. I just noticed his name is Frog. Hello, Mr. It's not even Mr. Frog, it's just Frog. Yeah, sucks to suck, but I think I block with the Syndicate Infiltrator. Did I already play my Rogue's Gallery? No, sir. I've barely played any cards. 2, 3, 4. Sure. Kind of saw that one coming. Skycrier. Windshield Agent. Sure. Not sure I can really afford to attack. I think I do it anyway. Sure. Alright, I need to draw something real good. I need to draw Rogue's Gallery. That would actually be insane here. Get all my flyers back and just wreck him. But as of right now, the Gorilla Magpie. Yeeshaw. It's actually not that bad because I can just kill it. If he's smart, he exiles one of his own creatures too, though. Did he not target one of his own? Sure. I'll let it exile. Hopefully he doesn't think about my ability to kill it. The only reason I let it exile completely... Yeah, the only reason I let it exile completely is so that after I kill it, he must have some kind of protection, though, right? Yeah, I did that for the life gain. Exactamundo. I don't really care about his shield counter or him giving things flying. Sure. What's your last card? Get rid of it. Whatever it was, get rid of it. An island. Cannot afford to swing, so we're holding back and doing nothing. This dude's just drawing fuel almost every turn. Okay. I mean, he can draw, or he can make another 1/1. If I'm him, I probably draw here, because I can probably get some kind of card that's more useful than just a 1/1. And especially if he got a combat trick, oof. Oh, those are its wings, huh? It's a very weird looking card. I don't like how when I'm looking at this, it muffles the sound of combat. Seems kind of unnecessary. There it is. There it is. Okay. We are back, baby. What do I even get? Inspiring Overseer, Syndicate Infiltrator. Those are a given. That card must not be that useful. Otherwise, he would have used it for something. But the question is the third one. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I get a 2-drop, I can play it same turn. Yeah, the one top deck that could really turn things around is what I happen to get. Oh, I should have played official first, but that's okay. I don't think it really makes that big of a difference at this point. Discard it, whatever it is. A forest? Why would you hold back your forest? Yeah, now he's in kind of a dangerous situation. Holding the forest in hand seems kind of dumb. Like, unless he has almost no green cards, and he's only has that for, like, Gorilla and Spera. Okay. That is a good card for me to draw. Start with the Overseer. Could remove his flyer. And in fact, I think I will. I think that's GG. I don't really see what he can do to get out of this. There's no Fireball, and Fireball wouldn't even do it at this point. GG, Frog. It actually was a decent game. I'm not sure what else he could have done differently. It's possible that by leveraging Halo Fountain a little bit better, he could have won that, but I don't know. Rogue's Gallery was just the perfect top deck. That's like why you wait around and don't concede, even if it kind of looks like you're losing. Because stuff like that can happen. Camus. No, it's not Camus, it's Cow-Moo. You got it wrong, guy. Alright, yeah. Shoot. This is good. This is just like all the powerful 3-drops in my colors, and that's what I'm playing. Oh, maybe I should have played the Swamp then. Because giving my planes access to other colors isn't as good. Oh, he's going straight for it. Nice. I'm not even being sarcastic. That's actually pretty nice. Overseer helps race. Rafine Silencer trades. Potentially. Let's play Overseer to just get the race going. Get a flyer and an extra card. Next turn, depending on what he does, it might be Mage's Attendant. If he really goes all in on Grifter and I manage to hit any removal, that'll be pretty good. Murder, kill shot, whack. Nope, he's not all in on Grifter. Darn. I will swing into that. I will 100% swing into that. Sure. That is unfortunate. I don't really want to get rid of the Obscura, but I will. Sure. Just so that he trades with the Grifter. Just so that she trades with the Grifter. Mostly chicks that I'm playing. Mostly them females. This is the only dude who's around. This Obscura initiate. Well, I can't do anything about that, so I'll just take one. Is he actually gonna pop off Maestros? No, I didn't think so. Play Quasar, swing for 2 flying. Silencer does trade with Girder Goons, which is nice. Law Regulator, swinging pendulum. Still block Grifter. If he swings with Grifter, then I anticipate a combat trick and don't. Okay. Can't swing into that at this point. That's 6. I'm not gonna play that, obviously. Play this so that I have a way to prevent those sorts of things from happening, or do I play this so that I have something to trade with the Regulator? I think I play this for something to trade with the Regulator. I'm probably gonna play Seraph next turn. If I swing, he double blocks, so forget that. I'm talking if I swing with Quasar. Now, Quasar's draw ability is really strong, and I do have a creature with a counter on it. Which was to say? More creatures. So if I swing with Silencer, that's gonna be good. If he just swings with Goons, I let it hit. He swings with his flyers, I'll block the Midnight Assassin and let the Regulator get through. Although, honestly, he has his own Quasar. That's kind of nuts. Alright, let's see what he does. No sense thinking about the decision until it... Oh, he didn't swing. Of all the things, that is probably one of the ones I least expected. Can just play the Seraph, or I can play Mage's Attendant and hold up a counterspell. If I swing with Silencer, I get to draw. Or creatures that counters on them draw a card. Yeah, we'll start with that. Grifter. Grifter seems like a good choice. Not sure how much I care about Grifter versus Midnight. So we'll get rid of Midnight. Play Mage's Attendant, I think. And hold up Make Disappear. I don't have to play Shattered Seraph right now. Make Disappear only has casualty 1. We're gonna be trading life totals all game at this rate. With Quasar running around. Quasar v Quasar. Get rid of it. It's ugly and I don't like it. I will double block. Okay, swing with Metro Angel? I don't know. It's not all that likely that I'm gonna draw a lot of cards off of it, but I also feel like that's wrong. No attacks. We'll hold up for now because with Seraph, I'm at an advantage. With Rogue's Gallery in hand, I'm potentially at a huge advantage. Definitely want to save Rogue's Gallery for maximum value. Is he thinking about using Grifter? With Grifter, I guess his Quasar can outrace mine, depending on what I do. I didn't think about that. Bro's got some decisions to make. Because that triggers Quasar. Like, he can Lightning Helix me every turn. That's pretty good. I'm getting one of it back during my turn, but... one's not really enough, is it? Infiltrator's already on color. So let's start with this. If he blocks the Metro Angel, whatever. Kill shot, he has the mana up. That's fine. That's fine. Now Rogue's Gallery is full value, right? Yeah, Rogue's Gallery is full value now. Sure. So, go with the Rafine Silencer. Oh yeah, we'll pitch the veteran. Sure. I do have kill shot, but he's not really looking like he's gonna attack at all. Not sure how far he can pull ahead with card draw with his Quasar. Probably not far enough. Especially if I play the Shattered Seraph. If he has like a murder or something, that'll hit hard. Especially if he like murders my Quasar at this point in the game. That's gonna hurt a lot. Still don't think holding up, what's it called, would have been right. Whack is pretty good. Kill his Quasar. Let's just start with that. Swing with that. So this way I draw. He may perceive a combat trick where there isn't one, and then not block the Overseer because of that. Honestly, kind of what I'm hoping for. Alright. Alright. Girder Goons doesn't bother me one bit. So I get to kill the Regulator. And then play Seraph. That little flippy switchy thing almost just made me make a terrible misplay. Okay, so now he doesn't even get an advantage off of that, except for his Grifter getting stronger. It doesn't make a difference when I can practically hit him for lethal anyways. Oh no, I can hit him for lethal because Quasar's gonna get there. Sure. Now that is draw 2 cards, but what cards can he draw? I don't know what board wipes there are. I guess there's Depopulate. That would hit like a truck, but then I think Syndicate Infiltrator. With 7 and 4, what do I have? I have 2, 3, 4. So I have 2, 3, and 4. Which means Infiltrator still wouldn't be up there. Jeesh. Psychic Pickpocket. Sure, that seems pretty good. What does he bounce, though? Shattered Seraph? For mana efficiency, that's definitely right. All I have to do is draw 3 cards or hit him with one of my flyers. That's it. You use Grifter. There's no reason for you to sacrifice a land and spend 5 mana when you could spend 3. I'm at 25 life, which is kind of absurd. Yeah, sure. Angel's dead. One of them, anyway. I was gonna say, he can't attack still. He has knockout blow. Seems legit. I am at 30 life now. If he has some way to mill me 14 cards in one turn. Oh, that ain't right, dude. Use Grifter. Oh no. Even if you are digging for something to actually interact and make you not die, Grifter is the cheaper way to do it. Is he just figuring that out? Oh no, Mr. Cowmoo, you are not. Oh, these are the things I'm talking about. What are these things? The thing that's behind him on the wall, this design. I don't know what that design is even called. I don't even know how I would begin to Google it. I think it's like they have what they have with wall sconces in movie theaters and stuff like that. If you can even call those sconces anymore. What? Okay, I won. There we go. Alright, cool. I guess this deck was a winner. I did not see Obscura Charm the entire game. The entire time. I didn't see this card. The whole game. The whole 7, 8 games, I never saw it. I did see Murder. I think I saw every other card at least once. Whack, I never... No, Whack, I did see. Obscura Charm, I never saw. Everything else I did. That's kind of funny. This is a pretty obscure charm. See what I did there? Alright, well, if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe. I'm going to keep drafting because I have the gems for it. Alright, peace out, y'all.